Alright, a little bit of a different video today. We're going to be working on not something from the 40s. This is a 2017 Anet A8 3D printer, and it's going to need some work. I need to flip this around, this whole board, which means all this stuff has got to go, because it prints mirrored. Just mirrors everything. And also, I've got to put a switch right there. Now, I'm not sure if there's a switch in the box or not. I built this thing a few weeks ago. If there's not, maybe I can try to pick something out of an old radio. If there is, then I can just screw it into there. Because when this thing, so whenever it starts, it pushes everything to the end. Of course, this comes out to here instead of going back to there where the switch is located. So this and this both grind. And I'm not talking about this grinding the belt. I'm talking about something inside the motor is grinding because I have the belt so tight. And after it does that, if you put your hand on the motor, it's really hot. Same goes for the bottom one too, so I'm going to have to work on that, which once I get switches in and motors put in the right place, it won't do that because it'll pop the button and know that it's at the 0. So yeah, let's get to work. So we have this whole assembly disassembled, and this thing to build was much harder than anything I've ever built. Any kit radio, any snap circuits, anything like that. This, everything you see here was all disassembled. None of it was assembled. It wasn't wired, it wasn't anything. So, if you're looking for a very cheap 3D printer, just know that. So I have this whole assembly done. And I actually went through and rewired this just to make it go through that hole, because the stuff for the bed, all the wiring going up to the bed was not going through the hole. And I properly wired this back up along with this. Took a lot more disassembly than I thought. I had to completely disassemble this, I had to completely disassemble this. Everything. Yeah, a lot more work than I was expecting, but let's get it completely screwed in now, and we can work on the other switch. Alright, that's in place. So, time to plug this thing in. It doesn't have a power switch, it's just kind of a plug and play kind of deal. So, yeah. Try to get that as fast as possible. So, another thing that I did on here was, as you can see this over here, this brass piece, it has threads so then it can go up and down there. Well, it came with a brass piece, but it didn't have threads carved out. So, I have a friend who has a 3D printer, and he graciously made me this bit on there that has threads on it. So, now it will move evenly because, well, guess I haven't tested it with that on it since I don't have any more filament. This is what it used to look like. As you can see, that's pretty rough, even for an old printer like this thing. But, yeah. So, since all my testing had to do with switches and getting coordinates right and everything, all I'm going to do is I'm going to, start up a print, but I'm not actually going to print. So now we have to let the machine warm up. So unfortunately I won't be able to print anything as is, because that's the only filament I have right now. The bed is at 60 Celsius, now it's warming up the head. In case it interests you, I have used 60.6 meters of filament, and this printer has 7 hours 35 minutes of actual print time. Oh, no. Hey, that works. So I had it leveled, so when this goes down, I should level. Should see if it stays level with that thing. Looks like it. We let it do its thing. So as you can see, it's powered off now, but it looks like it behaved. That's good. Thank you for watching.